For the past several years, they have been enemies. Some months ago, these two men, at least Azrael and Rockwell thought, had rekindled their friendship. It was not to be. Since that day, it's been personal. Ace Rockwell recently won a match against Shaun Tempers where a punch would equal a disqualification. This is how we got here to this title match. It's last man standing. We've seen these two men in this type of environment before. These two men have been in Anarchy Rules matches. These two men have been in war games against each other, but now it's one-on-one. And the one that walks out is going to be the man that's the last one standing.
And that man will be the world's television champion. It is familiar territory for Ace Rockwell, the first man to ever hold the Anarchy Triple Crown. Ace Rockwell, former holder of the Anarchy Tag Team Championship with Shaun Tempers, former World's Television Champion, former Anarchy Heavyweight Champion. The challenge from Shaun Tempers, and they have faced off time and again here in recent months for the World's Television title. The challenge had been that Rockwell could not beat Tempers in a wrestling match. That was asserted by the World's Television Champion, Shaun Tempers. The challenge laid out, one-on-one. If Ace Rockwell wins, he gets a shot in a match of his choosing at the World's TV title, and the stipulation being that a closed fist punch would be an automatic disqualification. Force it to be a wrestling match. That is what happened. Ace Rockwell won. Rockwell called for last man standing. No more definitive end, in my opinion, can you have to a personal issue. The other person is forced to a point, beaten to a pulp, where they can no longer defend themselves. They can no longer stand up on their own 2 feet. This type of match we have seen very rarely in NWA Anarchy. Anything quite this physical, quite this violent. They are getting way too close to us for my personal want or desire. Rockwell and Tempers. This is not a question of a time limit. This is not a question of a disqualification or a countout. There is no championship advantage in this match in any way, shape, form, or fashion. This is not a wrestling match in the sense of what Shaun Tempers claims Rockwell can't beat him in, yet Rockwell did. This, my friend, is a fight.
And Greg Hunter, you know, there's nothing worse than being beaten to the point where you can't stand anymore. Where basically you have to admit, maybe not with your words, but with the fact that you're laid out, that you were not the better man that day, that your opponent was the better man. A pinfall means absolutely nothing here.
Ace Rockwell made his decision that this would be last man standing. That word was sent to the NWA arena just a few weeks ago. The announcement made on Anarchy Television. I had the chance to talk to Ace Rockwell prior to Fright Night 2009. I asked him, why last man standing? Why do you want this particular match? What would you say to Shaun Tempers right now if you could see him face to face? What he told me was, just tell Shaun Tempers, remember what I said 4 years ago. 4 years ago, these men faced off in Anarchy Rules. And Ace Rockwell's words to Shaun Tempers then, you better come looking for a fight, because I'm not looking for anything less. And I can guarantee you that Ace Rockwell is here tonight to fight. Shaun Tempers is here tonight to try to walk away with that World Television title.
And Greg Hunter, you've seen Shaun Tempers instructing Ken Wallace to count. That 10 count. Now, the thing is, if you were wise in this one, if you find yourself at a disadvantage, you have a chance to get 9 seconds of rest. Because as long as you answer the 10 count, the match continues.
Well, in that regard, it's no different than perhaps a boxing match. If you're getting pounded, if you're taking a beating, take a knee. You can force a 9 count. You are absolutely right. In this instance, you can, in effect, get a timeout. And right now, referee Ken Wallace administering his count again. Rockwell thus far has not waited for a count on Tempers with Tempers down here in the early going. He has wanted to dish out the punishment to Tempers. Tempers, though, looking for the win. This tells me Tempers wants to get out of here. Still the best wrestler on television today. Rockwell wants to hurt this man. Frankly, after all Rockwell has been put through by Tempers, not just over the last several months, but we're talking years here in NWA Anarchy. Who can blame him?
Well, you know, the one thing that I was just getting ready to point out here was that not only does the 10 count kind of benefit the man that is down, that would being Ace Rockwell here just a couple minutes ago, but also the person who is on the offensive. It also gives them a chance to catch a breather, to catch their breath, to get you know, re-energized. But not only that, they're able to stalk.
What is Rockwell? Rockwell's over in our technical area. What in the world is he doing? He just, okay, are we still on? He just grabbed an extension cord from our
Well, all the power over there, looks like I can hear you.
Ace Rockwell snatched a power cord from our technical area, and now that extension cord is in the hands of the world's television champion. And this does not look good for Ace Rockwell.
And loading it up there on his fist is Shaun Tempers, taking it right to Ace Rockwell. Now, Ace Rockwell introduced the cord in the match, so he kind of brought this on himself.
Well, Ace Rockwell's the one that called for last man standing. So one cannot assume that Rockwell did not know what he was getting into. Rockwell now being choked by the world's television champion.
Now, Greg Hunter, you know, this is another smart move. You choke this man out, he can't breathe. He's going to be knocked out. That's going to be an easy 10 count for Shaun Tempers.
Well, right now, it's hard to see what happened there. I think Rockwell may have been biting him on the leg to escape. Oh, wait just a second. Tempur-Pedic. And now, choking him. He hits the Tempur-Pedic, and now he's choking him with that cord.
Now, this is a big mistake. Well, finally he lets go. It looks like this could be a big mistake on the part of Shaun Tempers for not letting referee Ken Wallace get the count, but Wallace has started the count.
And now, people trying, the crowd here trying to will Ace Rockwell to his feet. Rockwell, the count of 8 is on his feet, and the world's television champion is on him. Right hand duck. Rockwell, punch of his own. Make it 2. Rockwell, a lot of heart, a lot of guts, a lot of determination. In this environment, Rockwell becomes, in my opinion, a more dangerous competitor because Rockwell has that never say die attitude. It is incredible the amount of punishment this man can absorb.
And you know, we've seen that time and time again, but you know, like we've seen with many other athletes in their prime, that catches up to you sooner or later.
Big avalanche splash in the corner. Rockwell looking for the Bulldog. Took too much. Ace is high!
But both men are down. Did that take enough out of Ace to keep him down for the 10? Now, a draw here is just like a time limit draw with the World Television title. The title would stay with Shaun Tempers. There wouldn't be a winner.
On this contest, one would assume that to be the case. Count of 5. Rockwell is up. And now, it's the count of 8. And now, Tempers is to his feet, right hand.
Ken Wallace was getting ready to come down with the 9 count. Very close there for Shaun Tempers.
Tempers, right hand, it gets ducked. Rockwell, one arm, and now has him up. Airplane spin. Rockwell, this could be very smart. The rules are last man standing. Doesn't say how you stay off your feet. No equilibrium. You're not going to be up for very long.
But he's also damaging his own equilibrium here. He's also disorienting himself, as you can see. Very luckily, falls back into the corner, able to grab the ropes and hold himself up.
Now, 3 count. As Tempers is trying to get back to a vertical base, the world's television champion, up but dizzy. Rockwell hauls him up again with the airplane spin. Again, trying to rob Shaun Tempers of his, now both men are down though.
Both men are down, and Shaun Tempers trying to grab onto the ropes to hold his balance, but just didn't have the energy to do it. Ace Rockwell is showing some life right now, but we're halfway through this 10 count.
And now Rockwell to his feet. Tempers still down. The count is at 8. Rockwell grabs something from oh, wait a minute, that's a roll of tape? Oh,
what?
wait, this is Shades of War Games is what this is. And a low blow sends the challenger to the World's Television Championship down.
Absolutely right. At War Games, you'll remember Ace Rockwell using that roll of tape on Shaun Tempers, taping him up to that top rope and just raining the fist down on him until he's submitted inside the cage.
And now, and you see the look on Tempers' face. He's got that roll of tape, and now he has Rockwell's arm trapped, and now he is taping Rockwell's arm to that top rope.
But Greg Hunter, if he's taped to the top rope, that means he's going to be on a vertical base. That means he's going to be able to hold himself up. How good is this going to do for Shaun Tempers?
Well, Tempers right now pounding away. Rights and lefts, forearm blows. Rockwell, his legs are rubbery. Rockwell is not on a vertical base here. And now referee Ken Wallace administering the count.
And Greg Hunter, on the knee there, that is down. Looking at his hands there, he's still taped to that top rope, still in a vicarious position.
Very much so. And you see him screaming for more. Another big shot from the world's television champion. And again, the 7-figure deal is down.
Greg Hunter, the thing is, you said it before earlier, we've seen, Ace Rockwell down, but this may be one of those times where Ace just can't get back up.
The count is up to 6, make it 7. Rockwell, the blessing here is he is constantly close to the ropes. Able to get himself back up to a vertical base with aid, and he dumps Shaun Tempers, who charges in over the top rope to the floor. And now the count begins. Referee Ken Wallace was releasing Ace Rockwell. That could buy and has bought Shaun Tempers some very precious seconds on the floor.
Who's he counting, though? Is it Ace Rockwell down inside the ring or Shaun Tempers outside?
Well, now it is definitely Shaun Tempers. Rockwell on the floor on a vertical base. And now the champ back to his feet. Boot to the midsection. Rockwell taking him over to the technical area. That shot is blocked. Tempers, right hand, and down goes the challenger to the world's television title. Oh, wait a second. Looking for Aces high on the rampway, and now, oh, wait just a second. Beelzebub!
And now both men down again as referee Ken Wallace starts the 10 count. Now Shaun Tempers, as long as Ace Rockwell is out, could actually stay down here and take the draw.
Beelzebub on the ramp. Shaun Tempers trying to fight his way to his feet. The count is at 8. And now, at the count of 9, Ace Rockwell on a vertical base. And where's Shaun Tempers going? Oh, wait just a second here. Shaun Tempers is getting some chairs.
Now wait a minute, Ace Rockwell's back down here on the ramp.
Good Lord.
But referee Ken Wallace busy with Shaun Tempers. Now technically Ken Wallace could have started counting here. Shaun Tempers coming over to get Ace Rockwell.
Well, Rockwell is mobile. Ken Wallace's judgment. That's enough apparently, as more steel chairs are coming to the ring, being brought by the world's television champion. This is as legal as a wrist lock in this, folks.
We've got about what? About 8 chairs in there right now?
8 or 9, I can't tell how many. And right now, good Lord.
Greg Hunter, there's 10 chairs in the ring right now.
Good grief. And now, tempers winded. Rockwell hurting. Rockwell measuring. Rockwell! Avalanche splash against the unforgiving steel of the guard railing.
And Greg Hunter, you know, the only thing holding Shaun Timbers up was that guard railing. And right now, right into the ring post. And Shaun Timbers is down. Ken Wallace are there checking. And we'll start the 10 count. Ace Rockwell very wisely walking away right now.
Ace Rockwell, 7 seconds away from being the best wrestler on television today, and that time is getting shorter and shorter by the second.
And Greg Hunter, just so you know, we clarify one thing. Counting somebody out outside the ring is just like counting them out inside the ring in these last man standing. This would not count as a count out. This would actually be a title switch if, well, Shaun Timbers is back up to his feet.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. And now we have lumber in the NWA arena. Good grief.
Well, somebody had a moving cell.
Oh, well, good Lord. What in the world is... All right, now.
He's positioned that table between the railing and the ring.
Ace Rockwell.
He's going back for...
More chairs. Rockwell has the table positioned to his liking.
Well, Ace Rockwell just brought 3 chairs with him. There's now 13 chairs in the ring.
Good grief, and right now, boot. And Shaun Timbers is out on the table at ringside. Ace Rockwell. Oh, good Lord. We've seen these two men in brutal, bloody, career-shortening contests. This appears like it will be no exception, but Shaun Timbers very wisely removes himself from that table. Timbers, the world's television champion, he's back in the ring, and he catches Rockwell coming in.
He caught him flush right in the jaw with that one, and now the Hangman's neck breaker over that steel cable. And both men are down right now. Ace Rockwell a little worse for wear, Greg Hunter.
Rockwell took the full brunt of that Hangman's neck breaker across the top rope, that steel cable, and then fell to the arena floor. Referee Ken Wallace counting. He's up to 7. Make it 8. Rockwell is on his feet, and Timbers is getting frustrated.
And that's not good for the television champion of the world. You don't want to get frustrated in a situation like this. Frustration leads to mistakes.
It's not as if Shaun Timbers does not know what Ace Rockwell is capable of, and vice versa. How one can be surprised.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh, he's looking to Beelzebub this man on this grouping of chairs. Oh, backdrop perhaps? No. Rockwell drives him to the corner.
That's a lot of steel chairs in that ring, and I mean, there's 13 of them. There's no way you could have helped but hit every single one of them on the way down.
Rockwell, the back elbow. Rockwell puts him up on the top. And now, what in the world? Forearms to the back. What in the world is he right now? Just knees to the skull of the world's television champion. And now Rockwell has his foe, the television champion of the world, just trapped in that corner. And now stacking the chairs, 13 in all, a rather unlucky number on this Halloween night. Fright Night 2009, they're all in a nice, neat little pile. And I think Ace Rockwell seems to have some bad intentions in mind.
And I mean, going up to that rope, I mean, putting himself, we've seen this before.
Oh, wait just a second. Looking for Ace's high from the top. Timbers is again out on that table.
Greg Hunter, when Ace Rockwell won the World Television title.
Whoa! What is this?
Wait a minute.
The Skirra Corvus, and that is Dan Wilson being wheeled to ringside. What in the...
I thought we saw the last of him at hostile environment.
Dan Wilson wheeled to ringside by the Skirra Corvus. Wilson suffered a beating at the conclusion of War Games. We've heard nothing about his whereabouts or his condition. We have some information here, obviously. There he sits in a wheelchair. Oh, wait just a second. Now looking for a suplex, perhaps. Trying to suplex him over to the tape. Wait a minute. Rockwell up on top. Has his man. Rockwell, superplex, perhaps, on all those chairs. Oh, good Lord!
Both men crashing onto those chairs, and right now both men are down.
You can hear the crowd screaming for Ace Rockwell. The count is at 7. Ken Wallace. Ken Wallace, he's reached 10. Now, Ken Wallace not calling for the belt. Wait a second. What is he's calling Sid Brock, our interstitial announcer, to the ring here.
Now, I thought this would be a draw.
That would, wait a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Ken Wallace has just informed me that this is a last man standing match. Since the 10 count has been reached, the first man to reach his feet first will be crowned NWA World Television Champion.
Well, there you have it. Sid Brock giving us the verdict of Ken Wallace. It's last man standing. Somebody's got to be standing for the match to end.
Greg Hunter, I was wrong in my assumptions. I want to apologize.
Well, I thought the same thing. Ken Wallace, though, the crowd literally trying to will the 7-figure deal to his feet. The first man to his feet to a vertical base will be the world's television champion.
So technically the match is over right now. Now it's just a foot race to see the first one up to their feet.
After a fashion, that is absolutely correct.
What happens if they get to their feet at the same time?
Rockwell trying to pull himself up. Rockwell's at the ropes. Rockwell not quite up. Shaun Tempers. Shaun Tempers has Ken Whoa. Somebody just slapped Ace Rockwell's foot away. What in the? Rockwell's back down. Rockwell was up. What happened? Somebody grabbed Ace Rockwell's foot, and Shaun Tempers is to his feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, and still NWA World Television Champion, the Sleeper Cell, Shaun Tempers!
Azrael, I think, at least it looks like it. And Azrael grabbed the foot of Ace Rockwell, pulled him back to the ground, while referee Ken Wallace was distracted by Shaun Tempers. And now the Rejects, still with the Young Lions title, still with the World's Television title, and now back at full strength.
And apparently it appears so, Greg Hunter. But we've still got 2 more title matches left here tonight. The national title is on the line. The Prince Ice Coleman challenging the current champion, the Universal Soldier Shatter. And don't forget the big dog collar match for the Anarchy Heavyweight title. That's still to come and more.
That's coming up as Sprint Night 2009 rolls on.